Piano, piano, asisalali emakhaya ngenxa yakho. Abanye bethu balazi kanjalo Nkosi yami ipiano, kodwa manje ngazathi nase-Nigeria nase-America abasafuna ukulala guys. Who owns Amapiano? Where did it come from? Let us get right into it. Hello, hi, Sawubona, and welcome to Masha's Safe Space. This is a space where I share my mind in hopes that you will share your mind with me. Welcome. I don't know about you, Godwa mina, my very first encounter with Ipian was on Selima Tunzi, if I'm not mistaken. It must have been Spesi Vezi interviewing DJ Sambodi. DJ Sambodi, Shange Backpack Baba. Rest in peace to the guy. Ngang Bugele, Selima Tunzi, somewhere in Pitori, yabo, that was my first encounter with the sound, even with the name, guys, and honestly, I thought, I'm not feeling this genre, simply because it took way too long for the music to start. Like I would wait and wait and wait and be like, now. But I've realized that's just like the general, I don't know, way of South African music. Usually the beats iqala idlale ngom ding ding before it actually gets to the actual song. I think that's why ingoma zethu like 6 minutes, but angikho lapho. Indaba ke isukile ke on Twitter. USwayli, if you don't know who Swayli is umculi, i-rapper lase-America. Mina abantu base-America ngazi noma ngithi abaculi noma ama-rapper. Kodwa ke umuntu oculayo wase-America. Waye i-part of ear drummers. Angisazi guys noma nisakhumbula yini ear drummers. It's been quite a long time before I heard of them. Anyway, ukhulumile ke upostile ke i-tweet yakhe echaza ukuthi ipiano must be ready for him or something along those lines. Qedwa wafaka i-flag lase-Nigeria. Zasuka inkulumo, South Africa came on fire, baba, on fire. You know what? They came for him so much that he had to post several times ezamukulungisa what he had done. I don't blame South Africans though. Kodwa, I need to say this before ngize ngifika kude. Do you know what I mean? I need to say this because ngokwazi kwami mina ne, music is a universal language. Like music is made, music composers and musicians, I would love to think they make music so that it can be enjoyed by other people. I don't think anyone makes music for themselves. Like, I just want to make music that I'll listen to and I'll indulge and just lose myself in my own sound. I don't think that's like brings any fulfillment and to you as an artist. But anyway, I think music is a universal language. You know, people make music so that it can be enjoyed by other people, right? With that said, I don't think South Africans can actually own Amapiano. I don't think you can own a sound. If that was the case, then we would need to, you know, to always credit someone for hip hop and other genres that are not really originally South African. Do you know what I mean? It's so that it can be enjoyed by other people. Kodwa ke, a level of respect needs to be maintained. Like the originality of the sound should not be stolen or, you know, shared amongst people. If it is an original South African sound, then that needs to be appreciated about the sound. Limnandi piano, yabokoti piano, yazini, unale it's asisalali emakhaya. Hi guys, yo. No, ipiano is South African. Ngiyayikhumbula le ngoma lethi hayi amabele ebusweni bendoda. Amabele. Hayi ngeke iNigeria ayikwazi kuvela ifike nje. So ngempela respect needs to be paid to the, you know, the the originators of the sound, the people who actually introduced the world to the sound. As much as most futhi uyayibheka ipiano South Africa, most comparisha with like the global stage, like lifikile for thina because thina siyali enjoy and we want people to relate, yabo balithande. We just don't understand ukuthi why ama-Nigeria Nkosi yami nepiano labo la izolo Nkosi yami elivele liqhamuka sethi mana vele ngene nje lingene noma kanjani. Why are they now, why does it seem as if now they're getting, you know, the prize for South Africa's hard work? I mean, I think it's because of what I said earlier. You guys, it takes forever, guys. Like, it takes forever for us to get inside the groove, you know, where we're going. I'm like, and piano, like South Africa, it's too catering for South Africans. Like, it's for South Africans. Like, even with the language, it's like for South Africans. I'm not saying much. Angisho ukuthi like ipiano libe isingisi manje, no, obviously. But like mangingaba nezingoma nje ezinye mhlambe yabo ezingakhona. Nami khona izinto ezikhunywa ipiano engingazazi. Like sengibona sekushiwo ukuthi, huh, so this song means this. I'm not saying they know that about Nigerian music, but sometimes we need to play, we need to find a common ground, like a level field where we can play that. Singayikhiphi la kakhulu, like nama artists wethu, stop prioritizing okonka, stop prioritizing indawo la, like stop being like a resident artist when you want to be a global artist. You need to think big. You need to think big. Know these people that Davido and so collaborated with for them to go there. Ngazathi manje sebenifikele kuqala, Now, hey, move at their speed, compete with the competitors, play if you really like. That's also if you really want to be there, like play there, like stop with this monyana politics, stop with these things. My artist of piano, like I don't think they've realized what they've created. I think they're still using the strategy so ngazathi basa compose music a big room ne, and manje they're no longer there, they are here, but otherwise umbuzo umile, where does a piano belong? Like elaguphi piano for me does not belong anywhere. As much as for us it's culture, but that culture umhlaba uyayifuna guys, leyo culture angazi noma niboni yini ukuthi hoarding the culture and be like, this is our culture. It's not gonna help. It's not helping anyone. It's not helping you grow. It's not helping, with world peace. Siley, it's not helping with world peace. Kodwa mengathiwa, like siyavuleleka, we let others be, but nabo they tap into the sound. Oh, bang, I own. It's not their sound. They can't own it. It's not their sound, guys. However, they also can tap into the sound, because it's supposed to be universal. In fact, we should be celebrating. Thinking mind, there's no respect. It's very difficult to celebrate where there's no respect, because I feel like a large number of Nigerians and West Africans, especially Nigerians, don't really want to accept that piano is actually an original South African sound. Like South Africans discovered this. Like didn't discover it. They made the sound. It's a South African sound. Like even the beat it follows. Oh, hibo. It's like these things. This is where I'm not really. It just doesn't guy fuck. Kodwa lama sounds lawa adingwa ipiano. Do you know what I mean? Like ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini. It's a South African sound. Like ngisho ngayilalela it's hayiyeke uqwayito yethu kancane. It's South African, guys. It's okay to use the music. I mean, music is music. You can sample it, you can play around with it. It's okay. You can be what's inspired by that sound, take a bit from it, but paying respect to the artists is imperative. Like it's very important. We can't sit around and be like, yeah, music, you can't own music. Music is universal. Music is for all of us. While batho bawutswa, daylight robbery, basically, the ghetto. No, we can't accept that. Nina tatani umculo lona, tatani umculo, tatani inspiration. No. Should they take umculo? I mean, they don't make it like ours, but theirs is very acceptable out there. Like by market, they play it good. Benza sure ukuthi iricha indlebe zabantu abazoba excited qala kunathi. So we need to look into that. The piano is not the same. Ours is nice according to me, but I mean, I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm South African at the end of the day. Ours is nice. It's okay, beautiful, but theirs as a market out there, how did they do that? Should be our question. So musicians, Twitter, offering world peace, it's not gonna help. I'm sorry to be the one to say it's not gonna help. You guys need to, number one, appreciate the fact that you guys work so hard and you guys have this unique ability to just make us happy, because we are here, we're speaking about you guys make us happy. How can you guys make that work for you too? You know what I mean? How can you guys be in a healthy competition with the rest of the world? Because best believe you can't say bring back my sound. It's already out there. People are gonna be inspired by this. Just like I'm sitting right here, in front of a camera. Someone inspired me. Like I saw someone like one day. I must have seen someone or something that sparked an interest in me for me to sit here one day. It's how things work. Like people create things, they make things, and then to inspire others. We keep growing like that together. But had the first person who did YouTube or vlogs or whatever, who sat in front of a camera was like, yeah, you guys better be original. This is my thing. Do you imagine it doesn't sound sane. It doesn't sound okay. However, respect ibalulekile nkosi yami bantu base-Africa. Let us respect each other. Let us respect the originator, the pioneers, the founders, the godfathers, I don't know what to call them, the kings of Amapiano. They're still very much alive. And in South Africa, they still love them because in South Africa, this is a very massive part of the culture. A lot of people have dedicated their lives into this thing. A lot of people, they live for Amapiano. They've made their success out of Amapiano. So for you to come now sideways and be like, yeah, vele vele ninjalo nina, vele vele ninjalo. One thing about South Africans, we might let a lot of things like slide, and we might look the other way or like pretend like our lives are a movie. However, we will support our talent one way, I don't know, especially if our things go global. Like we even have this thing from South Africa to the world. I'm not sure. I feel like now it's like every country's thing. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a South African thing. Hey, come for me if you want. It's a South African thing, please. We will support South African things as soon as they hit other shores. Once a South African thing hits the American shores, the Australian shores, the Nigerian shore, the Lagos shore, if there's a shore in Lagos, if a South African thing hits there, my friend, we will make sure that it's South African. And we did that. All of us, we become so patriotic. So don't come for us. Don't come for us because we become bumbane. We become, what the hell? We become siyabumbana, man. I'm forgetting the word. Just like concrete. Jengo cement. Khona ingoma yasho ethi cement, siyanathi siyabumbana sithi jengo cement. So nje, it breaks my heart that this had to come out this way. Mina dala ngiyibonile le ukuthi le iyala, because I was just wondering ukuthi hayibo ingazathi Nigeria ziyanda ingoma zaseNigeria man eziyipiano, like, and ipiano lakhona lisounda funny, lisounda fast, slow, like lots of repetition. Ngazathi baswele ukuthi bazothini. I don't like what they're doing with the piano. It's giving me nerves. Like, iyangi and khawuzelisa man, like I call right. How can't uzobheda? But ngiyambonga because it was about time. It was about time that South Africans reminded people that piano is actually a South African sound. It is a South African sound. It is what it is. We can discuss, the politics around it and the semantics around it, but at the end of the day, it is a South African sound. And people need to respect that. They can use the sound, they can enjoy the sound, they can, play around with it, but they need to respect that it is an original South African sound. And even if they choose not to, best believe this is South Africa, probably one of the most creative country in the world, if not the only one. We arguably the only one. I mean, I'll make another video about that, but like, of course, I'm South African, guys. Even if you believe your country is the most creative, then boo-hoo, so be it. There's nothing wrong with you believing what you believe. I'm gonna believe South Africa is great, especially in creativity, in the fraternity of the creative arts and, the expressions. We do that quite well. I don't wanna lie. We do it very well. So, even if you guys do not want to admit that this is our sound, don't worry about it, y'all. We'll make another one. Like, we'll make more. We'll make. Ningasibongi. We will give ourselves our own flowers, you know. We will give ourselves, we will look at ourselves in the mirror and we'll be like, South Africans, mapara, dimpya, odoko, untouchable, izinja. Give us anything, we will master it because that's just who we are. You can interpret that however you want to interpret it, but I say what I say, honey. I say what I say. My word. Kuhle ukuthi si-enjoy. There's a lot of good things about Nigeria that I personally enjoy. I enjoy Burna Boy.
Yes, I do enjoy Burna Boy a lot.
I enjoy Thames. I love her. And, you know, we do not, as much as the music has been, you know, groundbreaking, they've made um quite good history. And, you know, but I don't see South Africans literally trying to copy the sound. Like, okay, we've had a bit of incorporation of Afro beats here and there, but it's not really our focal point, and it's not really a direction we're trying to go down. It's not really I and I get it, you know. In business you always have to follow the money. It's always nice to follow the money. Guys, be wealthy, make money, go where, you know, go where the river flows. You know, you can't go against the current. However, respect is imperative. I can't say this like enough. Respect ibalulekile, like always is a must. Maintain, like should be there always. There was a whole lot of venting, but you know what? Sometimes we need to. I get drama because literally this conversation was just, for me, it was like a massive ngazathi bekuyisession yokurebuke umuntu, ngazathi nje kuthiwe wena uyasijwayela, wena hlala la phansi xoxe, wena ususijwayela kabi-ke manje, and ngesolo siyale nale nawe, yabo le nto suyenza sizwa nje thina nayo, azizwa nje nayo, azizwa nayo. And that is such a South African thing to do. However, with all of that said, please don't forget to leave your comment down below. Tell me, you know, anything nje ukuthi wena ucabangani ngayo yonke le discourse and controversy which should not have been there. Amapiano ngempela, can they belong anywhere? Or is it now, you know, a global thing, a universal thing? Or you as Africans, what do you think? I would really appreciate to hear from you. However, from me, that is all I had to share today. Thank you so much for joining me until this part of the video. If you have, you're truly dear to my heart, and I appreciate it greatly. Other than that, goodbye.